YouTube, what it do, loved ones? You know the motto, if you can, after the story, go over there, hit me with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let me know I'm sending my stuff. The young homeboy hit me and asked me, have my family ever been traumatized due to the hood environment lifestyle, homie? You know, when I took that question in and thought about it and said, yeah, my family have been traumatized due to hood cultural lifestyle, homie. And how my family was traumatized and affected is with my mom and her male friend, homie. You know, close male friend of hers, homie. And at these times, homie, in our hoods, the communities that we claim, we're not the only ones that claim them and represent them. What put us up on a notch more is because we took a street oath, made a club cultural gang style name, and put a group title behind it and pushed at a group. That put us up on a notch of saying this is our neighborhood more. Because dudes probably, we didn't mentally put ourselves on battlegrounds and battlefields for titles. But on the flip side of it, homie, once again, we're not the only ones that claim a community as they neighborhoods, they hoods, and they areas, homie. We got regular street civilian people that grew up in our cities and grew up in our communities and claim these areas and these sections and these pockets as their community, as their neighborhoods, as their homes, homie. Whether if they moved from somewhere else to somewhere else and been in this community for X amount of years and adopted the culture, they still represent these communities like they're their neighborhoods. Except on the flip side, they not out here doing the things that the street club gang members do for notorieties inside the hood, son. And sometimes our lifestyles of the hood type people that we are can affect the civilianized people that claim our sections as their community homes and neighborhoods, homie. And how my family was traumatized and affected by it is this story is 20-some years old, homie. But it's still like yesterday sometimes when I look at my mother. And that's what I mean about the trauma and the effect that turf can have on our loved ones and regular civilians. So anyway, 20-some years ago, moms and her male friend, homie, used to like to hang out, ride and hang out, turn corners, tour the world, and support one another. Mom's male friend, he used to shuffle that herb around tough. So he was known to have good pottery. And he was known to be firm but a shareable, honorable dude, homie. You know, with her sons, with her family, and her friends, homie. And he was a likable dude, homie. Street dude with style, dress fly, cool character, and all that. Somebody you will see fit and want your mom to be a part of if she hanging out with a male type dude in these communities and streets environments, homie. And, they used to go up to Lamar Park, hang out, kick it, listen to the jazz, different poetry, and hang out and spend time with one another in different pockets of Los Angeles, homie. But this particular night, rather, they wind up pushing to the Inglewood neighborhood Piru community, which my grandmother had a spot over there. But mine wind up kind of like moving in lightweightish from her spot to my grandmother's spot to kind of be hands-on and kind of more assistant to help her mother, which was my grandmother, due to my grandmother, going into health complication issues. So anyway, one particular night, Mom's and her male friend that she, had a lot of love for and compassion for, homie. They was in the turf, homie. They was in the turf. And at that time, our turf had been having, complications like any other neighborhood group. And us, by us being Bloods, we'd get into it with Crips. And at that time, the homies would be spatting with the Hispanics inside our neighborhood community that we share with them as well. So anyway, within this particular night, Mom's hanging out with her male friend, blowing herb, listening to music in the car, and sipping and having cocktails, and just laughing like they do, talking that stuff and laughing like they do. And within a time, my mom's going in and out the house on intermission breaks, checking on her mama, or he going up there real quick, and they coming back down. So in the midst of them intermission breaks and them going in the house, coming back out, re-rolling up some herb, re-pouring up, drinking, sipping, complimenting one another, the hood becomes dangerous all of a sudden, homie. It becomes dangerous and eerie, And they get to seeing lurkers, homie. Lurkers, hoodie, beanied up lurkers moving around. And, behind the windows of the car that Mom's and her special friend was in was tinted, homie. But when they make these vehicles, they don't just make one. And some of these vehicles that regular civilians drive look like street dudes' cars. Dudes from different gang communities that drive. Civilians drive these cars. And civilians tint their windows like we do. So behind them tents, sometimes, you don't know who's behind them tents. It could be somebody's mama, grandmother, aunts, nieces, uncles, kids, and all that, homie. So behind this tent, this particular night, was my mama and her friend when the hood got dangerous, possibly off a street gang war. So as these dudes is lurking, beanied up, hoodie down, pulled low, lurking, Mom's and her friend get kind of nervous because it's like the car's being stalked, possibly. So Mom's friend, he go doing some manly stuff, I feel, pop the door to kind of like, wave the white flag and let them know, we're older people, we damn near senior people, just having a cocktail and smoking some weed. But he didn't get a chance to really wave the white flag and to speak like that. Soon as he popped the door and stuck his foot out to say, hey, we regular civilians, they was knocked on, homie. Knock, 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 knock. And my special friend, homie, got nailed down right there in the turf. You know, right in front of moms, homie. Freaked moms out. Left moms hollering and frantic. Ah, ah, ah. So when it hit us, homie, it flipped me out, homie. Because it let me know the turf that I claim as my neighborhood put so much pride in and honor in. Couldn't even save my mama's special friend that she adored, homie. And she had a lot of love for her, homie. And the trauma effect of it was, it affected my mama, homie. Nervous and shell-shocked. My mama, sense of thought, took her years to regain herself and her whiff, you know, to get back going. You know, because anytime something happen like that, some people feel like it's their fault. You know, or maybe we shouldn't have been sitting out, but they grown. They senior people. People should be able to enjoy these communities like it's their own as a safety zone, homie. And 89 on up, G stuff, not ye stuff, homie. And I gotta keep sending that real, dog. And so from that time, homie, and what I got up out of that, dog, I started spreading the word to people. Like, homie, you know, if you see people sitting in cars, kicking it, homie, pass that shit up, homie. Because we really don't know who's behind them tents. And once again, it could be somebody, kids, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, family member, father. Like behind that tent was my mother, homie, and her special friend. And that could have been easily my mother as well, dog. Or some stuff I represented to the fullest. Like it was a security blanket to secure my family. And that affected me, homie. That really affected me, homie. That really affected me, homie. And I felt like I share that story to kind of put a message on the youth, homie. To be more visual and cautious about what we doing out here, homie. Because everybody ain't us inside these communities, homie. So I'm going to let that just, you know what I'm saying, fester. I want to say, moms, I love you. And to my special friend, salute, soldier. We love you too, homie. And this lifestyle not only effective to us, it could be effective to our families and our loved ones and everything, homie. So once again, I just want to say 89 on up. G stuff, not ye stuff. And this is a story that really affected me. The night my mom's got bust on inside the turf. So I hope this story brings some extra knowledge, some extra game to the youth to be more cautious and aware that our community is not just ours. We share it with regular civilians. We share it with our family. We share it with our friends. We share it with our kids, homie. So we got to just make things better, dog. I'm not going to hold up too much more time. But I'm out.